Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Miranda, and I'm one of the Travel Studies Service Coordinators in the UCLA International Education Office. I'm joined here with some of my colleagues from the IEO and our keynote speaker, Jess Maldonado, from the Financial Aid and Scholarship Office. During this presentation, Jess will explore opportunities for summer financial aid and scholarships, focusing on their application to travel study programs and global internship programs. If you have any questions after watching the mandatory financial aid and scholarship presentation, please feel free to attend one of our live financial aid Q&A sessions. The sessions will begin in February. We will be sending out emails containing details about the days and times of the live financial aid Q&A sessions. Additionally, this information will be available on the UCLA Study Abroad website in the calendar section at ieo.ucla.edu. Please note this presentation is not intended for UCEAP programs. Now I'll pass it over to Jess to begin the presentation.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you, and thank you so much for coming here. I hope to share a lot of useful information that will facilitate the application process. But again, if you have any other questions, definitely put them in the Q&A, and we hope to answer them all. So UCLA Study Abroad, who can apply? So undergraduate students, both entering and continuing students at UCLA, can participate in either the UCLA Travel Study Program or the UCLA Global Internship Program. For graduate students, however, only if a program is required to complete the graduate degree are you able to complete it. Application deadlines. For the free application for federal student aid, or the FAFSA, which you can complete at studentaid.gov, it opens up on October 1st each year. For the California DREAM Act application, which you can complete at dream.csac.ca.gov, it also opens up on October 1st each year. The priority filing deadline for both applications is March 3rd. So again, the application deadline for the 25-26 FAFSA or the DREAM Act is March 3rd. Students who submit their FAFSA after the priority deadline will not be considered for institutional aid, for example, grants. And just to note, summer financial aid eligibility will be based on your total summer program cost, your summer living expenses, the number of units enrolled, and whether you apply before the March 3rd priority deadline. This is highly important to maximize your eligibility for any financial aid during the summer. Processing of financial aid. So additional information may be required to complete your file after you complete the FAFSA. Specifically, if you are selected for verification, some documentation that might be required is your parents' or the student tax transcript, your dependent or independent verification form, proof of non-filing. All of these requests for additional documentation will be posted on MyUCLA through the Bruin Financial Aid portal. That is coming out soon, and we'll be sharing information as we get closer to the release. And all supporting documentation must be submitted to determine summer and academic awards. If you're attending summer, priority deadline for documentation is April 4th. So just to reiterate how important this documentation is, if it's requested from you, if you do not submit it, it cannot award you or move forward with your financial aid package. So definitely, if you have questions whether anything is requested, reach out to our office. Some types of financial aid available for the summer goes as followed, and this is based on the 2024-2025 summer estimate. You will be able to see a Pell Grant if eligible. The amount is determined by the FAFSA processing system, FPS. A university grant if you have a parent contribution or student contribution of $20,000 or less. It's based on the program units and financial aid need. If your program is 8 units, you would be a half-time student and it's up to 1,500. If your program is about 9 to 11 units, you would be a 3/4 time student and it's up to 2,250. If you're 12 units or more, that's full-time standing and you would be receiving up to $3,000. You will also be able to see loans, the direct subsidized, unsubsidized, Parent Plus loan, and a private loan. Federal student loans will be awarded for the academic year first, and if you have any remaining eligibility, it'll be awarded for the summer. So if you use your subsidized and unsubsidized during the academic year, that's what we will be awarding first. If you know that you use it, you will most likely see a Parent Plus loan or a private loan on your award letter. And it's important to note that summer financial aid packages consist primarily of loan funding. So now we're going to go over an example of what your financial aid can look during the summer. John submitted the FAFSA by March 3rd. The student aid index, or SAI, is 4,500. He plans on attending the History Medieval Paris program from June 20th to July 15th, 2025. He will enroll in the required units, which is 8 units for this program. The total cost of attendance for this program is $10,200. So a breakdown of the cost of the program. The program fee is $6,500. This number will be the amount posted to your Bruin bill. The additional expense is $3,700, which is personal expenses, airfare, textbooks, meals, and transportation. Is a number that you might not see on the Bruin bill, but these are things that you will have to cover and that you will be awarded for your program. That will be a total of $10,200, and your estimated financial aid package for 8 units will be a university grant of $1,500, a Pell Grant, which is based on the SAI, of $407, loans, which is $7,293, for a total package of $10,200. So you will be awarded up to the cost of attendance. If you're a dependent student, you will most likely be offered a Parent Plus loan, and if you're an independent student, you will be offered an unsubsidized loan and a private loan. Summer financial aid notices. So awarding will begin mid-May, and financial aid award notices will be released by mid-May, early June. If you have not received your award letter by then, please contact your office. There might be something that you might need to complete first. And please review the following instructions on your FAN. For the first-time loan borrowers, you must complete the Master Promissory Note, or the MPN, and a loan debt management session before loans are dispersed. If you're offered a Parent Plus loan, you must accept it on the Parent Plus loan on the FAN. Secondly, you will need to complete the application/credit check on studentaid.gov. And if your parents are completing the application for the first time or using this loan, you will need to complete the Master Promissory Note. If you have taken out Parent Plus loans, you will not have to complete this step. You must accept the loans before your program ends. If you try to apply for the loans after you return from the studies, the loan will never disperse. There's no exceptions to this. The Department of Education needs for the loan to be at least applied or accepted by the time that you complete the program or during the program time. Private loans is another type of loan that you might see on your award letter. If you're offered a private loan, please be aware that it can take more than 2 weeks to process. If you're offered a private loan on your FAN and wish to take it out, please take action immediately. You will need to locate a private lender, for example, SoFi, Sallie Mae, College Avenue, and apply for a private loan based on their terms and conditions. So once you have applied and have been approved, usually you will need a cosigner. Then the lender will notify your office to verify your enrollment. This information is then sent back to the lender for disbursement processing. Lender will have a 10-day holding period on funds before UCLA receives private loan money. So if you know that your parents might not want to take the Parent Plus loan, or you use your subsidized and unsubsidized loan during the academic year, just keep an eye out for this. Start looking at lenders, start applying, start asking questions so that when the time comes and you receive your private loan during the summer, you know exactly how to proceed from there. And now I'll hand it over to the IEO partners for this slide.
Thanks, Jess. So another way to help you fund your study abroad program is through scholarships. You can find a lot of scholarships available out there for study abroad, but you need to keep in mind that for some scholarships, the deadline can be as early as 8 to 10 months before the program start date. So you need to start planning your study abroad and applying for scholarships as early as possible. As a UCLA student, the first place you should go when looking for scholarships is the IEO website. So you go to ieo.ucla.edu/finances/scholarships. And when you get to that page, you will find some general information about scholarships, and you will also get two links, one for UCLA scholarships and one for outside scholarships. So for most UCLA scholarships, we have created a general application, which is the Global Bruins Scholarship. So if you're not quite sure, how to apply for scholarships, you can see a scholarship table on that page as well, and it will show exactly what application you need to submit. So most scholarships, you will apply for the Global Bruins scholarships, but you have some opportunities also that require a separate application. For example, the UCLA Travel Study or the UCLA Global Internship Programs, those are separate applications, or there are also scholarships provided by different departments on campus, and they will have their own application as well. So go to the page and take a look on how to apply for the scholarships that you are interested and that you believe you're eligible for. Now, the deadline for most scholarships, UCLA scholarship, is March 1st. So you have about a month to get your application in. For outside scholarships, we have compiled a list of some really cool scholarship opportunities, but that's not all that's available. That's just for you to start looking at some options and continue doing your search online. If you are eligible for the Pell Grant, we would strongly recommend that you take a look at the Gilman Scholarship under National Scholarship. That is a scholarship offered by the US government, and it's an amazing scholarship. Also, if you are planning to apply, there are two upcoming workshops. One is going to be February 10, and the other, this one will be in person. The other one will be February 19, and that will be on Zoom. And if you want to register, you can go to the IEO website under our calendar, and you have the link to register for either the in-person or the virtual workshop. Now, one thing to keep in mind also is that scholarships are great to replace loans, but if you're getting a lot of grants, it could also affect some of your grants. So we strongly recommend that you talk to your financial aid advisor just to make sure that, if you are receiving a lot of money on scholarships, it's not going to affect your financial aid package. Another thing also that we have on our website is information about additional funding. We have students that say, oh, but I don't receive financial aid from UCLA, and I am not, there are not a lot of scholarships that can apply to me because I am not a high financial needs student. But we have added some interesting articles that is under additional funding, that you can find some creative ways, maybe saving some money or doing some fundraising. And we are trying to develop more information to help students find other ways that they can also use to help fund their study abroad programs. Now, if you have questions, you can email me, wlieux@ieo.ucla.edu, or you can email the front office, info@ieo.ucla.edu, and they will forward that to me. But I'm also having drop-in sessions in February. So if you go to the IEO website under Contact Us, you will find the information. Tuesdays and Thursdays during the month of February, I will be doing drop-in session. Tuesdays from 9 to 10 a.m., Thursdays from 1 to 2 p.m. So if you're interested, I will be happy to answer any questions. My name is Wilcie Lier. I work with the Study Abroad Scholarships, and you are welcome to either email me, email the IEO office, or join me in one of those drop-in info sessions. And I'll pass it over to Miranda, and she will talk about veterans benefits.
State and federal military-connected education benefits. State and federal military-connected education benefits can be applied to UCLA Travel Study and Global Internship Program. Benefits cover some, but not all study abroad costs. Please visit the UCLA Study Abroad website at ieo.ucla.edu and meet with your program advisor to get information about the program cost and the amount of tuition and fees covered by each benefit. Students can inform IEO if they plan to receive veterans benefits by completing a questionnaire in the application portal after program acceptance. Once you notify us that you receive benefits, IEO advisors will assist you with confirming cost of attendance and completing the process with Veterans Affairs to have your benefits dispersed. Here are some examples of types of state and federal military-connected education benefits that you can potentially be able to use with the UCLA TS or GIP. CalVet College Fee Waiver, Chapter 33, Chapter 31, and Chapter 35. If you're planning to use state or federal military-connected education benefits for UCLA, travel study, or global internships, you first will need to meet and complete a worksheet with your study abroad program advisor. Once complete, you will upload the form to the Summer Benefit Request form, which is located on the Veteran Resource Center website at www.veterans.ucla.edu. Please go to your student portal for forms. Contact the UCLA Veteran Resource Center VA benefit at saoneet.ucla.edu. Note, UC Education Abroad Program, UCEAP, is a separate program. Not all military-connected education benefits can be used with UCEAP. For more information, reach out to Student Finance at eap.ucop.edu. Now I'll pass it over to Jess.
Thank you, Miranda. So lastly, some frequently asked questions. What about if I want to withdraw from the program? So the cancellation deadlines for the following programs are as follows. The Global Internship Program is for February 2nd, 2025, and for the Travel Study Program is April 2nd, 2025. And our cancellation policy goes as follows. After your program withdrawal date, you are responsible for the full program fee. If you decide to cancel your program after the cancellation deadline, please contact the International Education Office and the Federal Aid and Scholarship Office. Financial aid awarded for your program will be canceled. So again, if you choose not to do the program after these deadlines, you will be responsible for the full program fee, but we will be canceling your financial aid because you will not be enrolled anymore. So that will be an out-of-pocket cost. Some upcoming Q&A info sessions. Our first Q&A session will be February 5th, 2025 at 4 p.m. That one will be virtual. And our second Q&A session will be March 10th, 2025, and that will be in person, and more details to follow. And if you still have any questions about our program or financial aid or the timeline, please contact us, whether it's through Message Center, and you can use the QR code to send us a message, or through our website, financialaid.ucla.edu.
Thank you to our speakers. A few reminders to note. If you have any questions about financial aid and scholarships for the Travel Study and Global Internship Program, feel free to join us for one of our summer financial aid Q&A sessions. The first Q&A session will be on February 5th at 4 p.m. and it will be virtual. As mentioned earlier, you can find the date times for the Q&A sessions on the UCLA Study Abroad website in the calendar section, ieo.ucla.edu. Also, please note that this financial aid presentation was not intended for students enrolled in UCEAP summer programs. Thank you for watching this financial aid and scholarships presentation.